is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening, I'm Rafael Sanchez, and now at 7 we begin with new details involving the fatal fire that killed 4 girls in Carroll County.
5, 6, 7, 8.
As we showed you last night, the girls love to practice and perform cheerleading and also perform at cheerleading competitions. The State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says investigators are still looking to speak to anyone with knowledge of the November 2016 arson that killed the girls. Today we learned detectives have traveled to multiple states from Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio, and California as part of this ongoing investigation. The girl's family has raised concerns about the lack of progress in this case. Superintendent Carter addressed those concerns directly today.
I cannot imagine what she's going through or what that family has had to endure. I cannot imagine. But what I will not do is allow that emotion to make us do something that we know we shouldn't do in the investigative strategy or in the investigation or the development of the investigation. That's what I'm not going to do. So again, I'm hurt that they think we haven't done anything. But again, I'll take the criticism because we're doing the right things. We are doing the right things, and we'll continue to do that.
Right now, a $5,000 reward is on the table for any information about the case. If you know anything, something about this case, you're asked to call that number right there on the screen, 1-800-382-4628. A new set of test results are giving the all clear to several elementary schools in Franklin in Johnson County. We're talking about Webb and Needham elementary schools. Both schools have been the focus of environmental concerns as a result of a plant no longer in business, which is under scrutiny for possible contamination. The Franklin Community Schools says the latest sampling came back either non-detect or below the residual sub-slab vapor screening level. The district is posting all of those results on its website and is also installing equipment at the schools during summer break to reduce any other further problems. A hearing now set for Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill, and he plans to fight to keep his law license. The state Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission will hear the complaint that during a party, Hill allegedly groped a state lawmaker and several other female State House employees. The state Attorney General denies the allegations and any wrongdoing. At this point, 5 days have been set aside in late October with possibly 25 people testifying. Right now, investigators are trying to figure out what led to this fatal plane crash near the Indianapolis Regional Airport. The propeller-flown plane crashed shortly after taking off from the airport in Hancock County, formerly known as Mount Comfort Airport. Both people on board died. We can't release their identities until families have been notified. Moving forward, the National Transportation Safety Board will be handling the investigation into the crash. Answering the call to help, we first told you about one woman's efforts to make sure families who could not afford to do the laundry could do so, and how the program was at risk if they did not get enough supplies to get that done. RTV6's Stephanie Wade with the story of how you stepped up and stopped the shutdown of a critical service.
Since our first story in March, Laundry and More is now helping even more families here on the east side. The founder then was worried if they didn't get enough resources, they might have to shut down. But as you'll see today, that didn't happen.
Living in the parking lots of truck stops because I had nowhere else to go. And so when you're living like that, or your clothes being so bad, you just kind of have to throw them away, not because you really can afford it, but because you can't afford to do laundry. It's real. I mean, it's very, very, very real.
Having clean clothes to go to bed, wake up in the morning, or go to school is a very real need for some families. Having been homeless, Abby Vesga knows that need very well. We introduced you to Laundry and More a few months ago, and now the community is stepping up. An employee at O'Neill Manufacturing Services saw our story and heeded the call to help. They collected and donated enough supplies to do 2,000 loads of laundry.
No, thank you. And like you said, I think you said it very well. This is a little bit of love from the team of O'Neill Manufacturing Services.
O'Neill Manufacturing.
Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you so much for that, and thank you for all those people that helped. Now, as we look at your forecast, it's been a rainy week right here at home, and that's not stopping these beautiful peonies, of course, the Indiana state flower, from just popping up in a northeast side garden. Those are some beautiful flowers, Kevin Gregory. I think our wives would appreciate if we maybe bought a couple of those and brought them home. What's the latest on the forecast?
That's about ready to open yet, isn't it? Maybe we'll get another picture.
That
So
is
the
amazing.
state tree is, do you know that one?
The tree?
Yeah.
Tulip.
Is that a tree?
Tulip.
The tulip is a tree,
I believe. And then the cardinal. I
know
could
about
be
the
wrong. It's been a while since I've had that state history, but I'll double check, and I know all of our viewers will let me know if I'm wrong. It happens sometimes with the forecast, and I hear about it, so I'm sure. 23, that's 23 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago in central Indiana. Temperatures with a little more humidity, more comfortable for this time of the year. These are average for this time of year. Down along the Ohio River, temperatures are in the lower 80s. During the day tomorrow, we'll head into the mid-80s. I show you the radar. There's nothing on it right now. We'll stay dry until tomorrow morning. These are current temperatures, unchanged in the last 3 hours in Indy. Same in the western portion of the state with temperatures in the upper 70s. Tomorrow morning, you'll need the umbrella almost like this morning. A round of morning showers and thunderstorms. As we get up at 4 a.m., western Indiana, some thunderstorms. 6 o'clock, there it is, Lafayette, Kokomo, Peru, down toward Terre Haute, right through the metro area at 7, moving off to the east after that. They'll return. We'll talk about tomorrow afternoon, threat for any severe weather, and look into the big race weekend coming up.
Kevin, check on that state tree. But tonight, a prime example of how RTV6 is working for you and getting results. Earlier this month, our Stephanie Wade told you about a homeowner and how she was at her wit's end over a mailbox issue. It got damaged in a crash, and she couldn't get her mail till it was fixed. But no one could fix it because of the Comcast cable line buried beneath it. It took a call from RTV6 for Comcast to respond. And new today, the line has been moved, and this woman is now on the path to getting her mail once again. RTV6 getting results. Stephanie Wade, good job. Chronic pain. Patients believe they're being unfairly treated in the midst of this opioid epidemic. The patients rallied this afternoon on Monument Circle. They believe the Center for Disease Control is putting unnecessary limits on opioid doses for them. And the Drug Enforcement Agency is harassing and prosecuting doctors. Melissa Lerner has spinal stenosis, scoliosis, and herniated discs. Her doctor stopped her pain medication, and she says it's ruining her life.
I'm homebound. I had to quit working. For the first time in my life, I've applied for disability. I don't want to be disabled. I wasn't disabled when I was on my medication, but most days I'm just home in bed or on the couch.
The rally goers said they are looking for sponsors to create legislation at the state and federal level that would better regulate opioids. Their goal is not to interfere with the needs of chronic pain patients. Kids are more likely to try suicide if their parents take prescription opioids. A new study found that child suicide attempts were 1/5% higher in kids whose parents took opioids for a year or longer. The Journal of the American Medical Association published this latest study. Researchers say they want to try the study again with a different definition of opioid use and on people with different types of insurance. Coming up on the news at 7, RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is about helping you with your craft. Now look into the industry that turns your passion for craft beer into a career. Kevin?
And by noon tomorrow, upper 70s. We're in a lull between showers and thunderstorms. I think they redevelop in the afternoon. We'll talk about that and the weekend forecast and what you might find frustrating coming up.
On RTV6, sponsored by Turning Point Dental. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Another day of severe weather across the U.S. 28 million people spent today in the path of some nasty storms from Texas to Iowa up over into Ohio. Check out this video of 3 tornadoes just in Nebraska alone. Investigators are working to confirm 130 reports of twisters. At least 4 people are dead in several states. 1 died in Iowa during a tornado. And in Oklahoma, someone drove around a barricade and into floodwaters and drowned. The storms should get less severe this weekend. We are hoping for that. As you know, a big race coming to Indianapolis. Kevin Gregory, I know it's still too early to tell what we're looking at, but of course all eyes are on Sunday.
Yeah, and Sunday right now, if you have to pick a day with the highest probability of rain, I think it is Sunday. But we could have gotten the race in today, and we had plenty of rain this morning. It's all a matter of the timing of when that happens.
Yes.
Sometimes if you get rain overnight through the first half of the morning, it calms the atmosphere, and then it's quite a while before it returns. Drama builds. We love drama. Yeah. 20% chance for a thunderstorm as we get to Carb Day. Temperatures are in the mid-80s with the humidity coming up. 30% chance for some thunderstorms for Parade downtown and Legends Day, and then showers and thunderstorms Sunday, about a 60% chance. Again, no guarantee that that we can't get the race in. It's likely. We've got a large window there, so we'll wait and see on the timing of any showers and thunderstorms. Temperature profile, definitely summer-like. Mid-80s Friday and Saturday because of more clouds, and that rain potential, we're down a little bit on Sunday. Temperatures have been amazingly consistent, unchanged here for several hours. What's happened, the clouds that we had from the rain this morning have broken up. We get a little sunshine in. That's helped maintain temperatures a little bit. Bo and Mac, you can tell from this, they're very well behaved. They're waiting patiently for their walk. And here we go, boys. Temperatures in the 70s now, stay that way through the evening hours. You can send your dog's pic to me at kevin.gregory.com or kevin.gregory at WRTV.com, and I'll take your dog for a walk during the forecast. How about that? During the morning hours tomorrow, 4 to 6, we see some thunderstorms showing up northwest Indiana. Then we go to 7 o'clock, weakening as it comes through Indy. And then by 1 o'clock, that's gone. But we see the development of additional thunderstorms, some of which could be strong as we heat up tomorrow afternoon. There's a marginal or low risk for severe storms around. Temperatures from north to south consistently warmer than we've been today, as warm as almost 85 to the south. Metro area at about 82. Friday morning, mid-morning, some showers. They lift to the north and east. That's why I think our rain chance is pretty low, certainly in the afternoon hours on Carb Day. Saturday, 30% chance of thunderstorms, periods of rain, some thunderstorms potentially for Sunday and 80 degrees. And on Memorial Day, 81 for the high, 30% chance for thunderstorms. We know the game.
It happens, right? Yeah. We live here long enough. Anything could happen. So let's wait and see what happens because, right, things will change.
Optimistic, always optimistic.
We love change. Yeah, Kevin, thank you so much. Coming up in RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers tonight, from the classroom to career, we're looking at how schools are getting kids ready to be the workers of tomorrow. Why this leader at this school believes her kids will be set for decades to come. There she is. Plus, it's a brewing and bubbling industry, but you have to have the smarts to do it right. How craft beer has become a career, that's all ahead in your nightly Hiring Hoosiers report, only on RTV6.
Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
It's that time of the day. RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is our campaign to get you to the jobs, the training, the resources you need to better your career. And one school in Indianapolis was created for the purpose of attracting foreign-based companies and bringing jobs to central Indiana. I had a chance to sit down with the school's new leader, and we talked about the next 50 years and how education needs to adapt to serve the future.
Kind of hit me, you know. I thought it would just be cool if I had this sun pattern with the wood burner.
Discoveries.
I focused on domestic life, motherhood, and the expectation to care for the children.
Discussions.
Sounds like that's going to be the focus of your essay work.
Yeah.
All developing in classrooms at the International School of Indiana.
They see every problem that's put on their desk as an option for 20 different solutions with 20 different angles to tackle it because their inquiry-based mindset.
Elizabeth Head is the new leader of ISI. She led an international school in Costa Rica before coming to Indianapolis. She is well aware of the urgency of preparing a future workforce in a state worried about filling 1 million jobs. She's confident her students will graduate with the ability to manage the next 50 years.
And that's the reality of what they have to be able to face. They don't need content that will answer the questions 2 years after they graduate. They need, exactly. They need skills that when they're 20, when they're 30, when they're 40, and they're 50, those skills will help them look at the whole world, help them look at whatever problems.
The International School opened in 1994, created in part to attract foreign-based companies and their families, and to send a signal that Indianapolis was open to the world. In school, kids from Indiana and more than 50 different countries are fully immersed in a language, either Spanish, French, or Mandarin. And every child is enrolled in international baccalaureate classes beginning in pre-kindergarten.
We can teach students math and science pretty easily, but how do you teach human beings to ethically manage the situations that they're going to face? And that all comes down to values, it comes down to character, it comes down to ethics, and it comes down to seeing the world as a place that they have something to give to.
More than 600 students call the international school home. They represent people from Indiana and more than 50 different countries. Kids are fully immersed in a language, like I mentioned, either Spanish, French, or Mandarin, and can graduate with an international baccalaureate diploma. To find out more about the international school, just head to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. What a resource we have there. That's where you can also find out all our other stories on this great effort here at RTV6. It's happening here in Indiana at universities like Purdue and across the nation. Students are going to college to study the science of craft beer. Among them is a United States veteran who has found his second calling, something that we love to hear about during Hiring Hoosiers. Our Kai Beach has more on this story.
The stout or the Roadrunner Red?
Sitting around sharing a couple of cold ones with your co-eds. For many undergrads, beer, well, it's just part of the college experience. But now, more students are turning their passion for pouring pints into a profession.
It's a computerized hygrometer, if you will.
Chris Thibodeau is graduating from Metropolitan State University of Denver with a degree in brewery operations.
This is the beer that I've taken out of the boil kettle.
He's turned a love of beer into a second career.
When I first joined the Air Force back in 1986, I went to England for the first time. That's where I got my first taste of English ales.
This retired Air Force veteran says the brewery program is just as difficult as military life.
It's not just drinking beer and having a party. It's a lot of hard work, but it's rewarding in the end.
As the multi-billion-dollar craft beer industry continues to grow, there's now a growing number of colleges across the country offering what you could call brewology degrees.
Honestly, you get an incredible grounding in every aspect of what it means to operate a brewery, what it means to make beer, what it means to sell beer, what it takes to do that.
Beer industry program instructor Ethan Sy says brewing is a science.
The microbiology necessary that you need to know or understand to be able to brew beer.
Making the curriculum sound like more of a headache than a hangover.
For constant for value W, 75 barrels is the total volume that we have in our FVs over there.
But Thibodeau's BS and IPAs is paying off. Receiving his degree during a special veterans graduation ceremony.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Well done.
He's gone from serving his country to now serving his country.
This brewing program has been amazing. Just the insight to all the different aspects of brewing and just preparing us for any situation we might encounter in a brewery.
I'm Kai Beach reporting.
Kai, thank you so much. And right here in Indiana, Purdue University's College of Agriculture has a fermentation sciences program. That program has teamed up with locally based People's Brewing Company to create a few Purdue branded beers. Good luck to that. Cheers to all of you there on the West Lafayette campus. Still ahead, this industry is new to places like Indiana. The use of CBD is exploding and isn't slowing down. We look at why this industry could be brewing up big dollars for years to come, next on the News at 7.
Friday to Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
CBD has a $620 million industry in 2018 and could be worth $22 billion by the year 2022. Andrew Amod is co-founder of Strava Craft Coffee, where 95% of their product line is now CBD infused. CBD is a component of hemp, part of the same family of plants as marijuana. Ingesting CBD won't get you high, and those who use it swear by its medicinal properties, as it generally has very little or no THC, which is the psychoactive component of marijuana.
Many people get jittery when they drink coffee, and CBD helps to balance that out. Small amounts and medium amounts of CBD help the body to stay calm, not get jittery, stay focused and productive, and start to help with the aches and pains that some of us do feel.
Marketing analysts say after the 2018 Farm Bill legalized hemp on a federal level, we're seeing CBD used in more and more items like beauty products, beer, and even pet treats. Keep that in mind.
All right, I'm feeling confident that the state tree is the tulip tree. Indiana.gov gave me that. And we know the cardinal is the bird, and we know the peony is the flower. The state weather seems to be rain. We've got a chance tomorrow morning once again.
Have a great evening. Our next newscast is tonight at 11. What a great history lesson.
I love sycamore trees, too.